Beyond the battles, beyond the divine revelations, and beyond the emergence of a new faith, there was a deeper, often overlooked dimension of the Prophet's world, a circle of extraordinary women whose contributions helped shape the foundations of Islam. These women were not merely companions or spouses, they were scholars, warriors, diplomats, and the revered mothers of the believers. Each of the 11 women in the Prophet's life brought with her a unique story, marked by sacrifice, wisdom, courage, and steadfast faith. From a prominent merchant who was the first to embrace his message, to the daughter of a former adversary who later became one of his strongest allies, each woman played a vital role in the spiritual and social evolution of the early Muslim community. But who were these women? How did they come to walk beside the messenger of God? And what timeless lessons do their journeys offer us today? In this video, we delve into the powerful legacies of the women who stood beside the Prophet, peace be upon him, and helped shape the course of Islamic history. Khadijah bint Khuwaylid, the first wife, the first believer. Khadijah, RA, was not only the first wife of the Prophet Muhammad, but also his most cherished companion and unwavering supporter. A successful and highly respected merchant in Mecca, she operated a flourishing trade business, dealing in fine goods such as spices and textiles. Recognizing the Prophet's integrity and trustworthiness, she hired him for a major trade expedition. Impressed by his noble character, their professional relationship soon blossomed into a profound marital bond. Khadijah, RA, was the first to believe in the Prophet's divine mission, offering him solace and strength during the most trying early years of his prophethood. Throughout her lifetime, she remained his sole wife and was the mother of all his children, except for Ibrahim, who was born to Maria al-Qibtiyya later on. Her legacy is one of devotion, resilience, and unmatched loyalty. Sauda bint Zam'a, the compassionate guardian of the Prophet's household. Following the passing of Khadijah, RA, Prophet Muhammad entered into marriage with Sauda bint Zam'a, a widow renowned for her kindness, humor, and deep devotion to Islam. She and her first husband were among the earliest Muslims, having fled persecution in Mecca by seeking refuge in Abyssinia. After her husband's death, Sauda, RA, faced profound difficulties, and the Prophet married her, offering her security, dignity, and companionship during a time of emotional vulnerability. Sauda became a source of joy and comfort in the Prophet's household, celebrated for her cheerful disposition, generosity, and unwavering faith. Her role in supporting the Prophet's family, especially during the formative years of the Muslim community, was deeply respected and remains a testament to the quiet strength of Muslim women. Aisha bint Abu Bakr, the scholar of the Ummah Aisha, RA, the daughter of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, RA, the Prophet's closest companion and the first caliph, was one of the most intellectually influential women in Islamic history. Distinguished by her brilliant mind and exceptional memory, Aisha became a pivotal transmitter of Islamic knowledge. She narrated over 2,000 hadiths, many of which provide profound insight into the Prophet's private life, spiritual practices, and legal rulings. Her engagement in theological discourse, jurisprudence, and even political affairs left a lasting legacy in Islamic scholarship. Aisha shared a deep and loving relationship with the Prophet, peace be upon him, and in one of the most intimate and honored moments in Islamic history, he passed away while resting in her arms. Her life remains a powerful example of faith, leadership, and the enduring role of women in Islamic civilization. Hafsa bint Umar, the guardian of the Quranic manuscript Hafsa, RA, daughter of Umar ibn al-Khattab, RA, the second caliph of Islam, was renowned for her intelligence, literacy, and profound religious devotion. Widowed at a young age, she entered into marriage with Prophet Muhammad, a union that further solidified ties with one of the most revered families in early Islam. At a time when literacy among women was rare, Hafsa stood out as one of the few who could read and write, empowering her to play a crucial role in the preservation of the Quran. During the caliphates of her father and later Uthman ibn Affan, ERA, she was entrusted with safeguarding the original written manuscript of the Quran. Her guardianship ensured the authentic and accurate transmission of the Quranic text, a contribution of monumental significance to the Islamic faith. Zainab bint Khuzaimah, the mother of the poor. Zainab bint Khuzaimah, RA, was celebrated for her boundless compassion and generosity, so much so that she was lovingly referred to as al-Masakin, mother of the poor. Known for her unrelenting kindness, she dedicated herself to supporting orphans, widows, and the underprivileged, offering aid wherever she could. A widow prior to her marriage to the Prophet, peace be upon him, Zainab found solace and dignity in their union. Although her time as a wife of the Prophet was tragically brief, lasting only a few months before her passing, her legacy of charity and empathy endured. She remains a timeless example of selflessness and mercy, embodying the spirit of service that lies at the heart of Islamic values. Salama, the voice of wisdom and strength. Salama, R.A., among the earliest converts to Islam, was a woman of profound intellect and unwavering faith. Alongside her first husband, Abu Salama, A.R.A., she endured exile, persecution, and immense sacrifice in the early struggle for Islam. Following her husband's passing, she was left a widow with children, facing hardship and uncertainty. Recognizing her dignity and resilience, the Prophet Muhammad married Salama, extending protection and emotional support. Known for her remarkable wisdom and deep grasp of Islamic teachings, she narrated numerous hadiths and became a trusted advisor, offering counsel to the Prophet's companions on significant religious matters. Her legacy endures as a pillar of guidance, especially for women in pursuit of knowledge and empowerment within the framework of Islam. Juwayriya bint al-Harith, the catalyst for peace. Juwayriya bint al-Harith, A.R.A., was the daughter of the chieftain of Banu Mustalik, a tribe that initially stood in opposition to Islam. Captured during a military encounter, she was brought before the Prophet, peace be upon him. Recognizing her noble status and intelligence, the Prophet offered to marry her, a proposal she graciously accepted. This union proved transformative. Out of respect for their new bond, the Prophet's companions freed dozens of captives from her tribe. The act of compassion and political acumen led to the mass conversion of the Banu Mustalik and a strengthening of ties between the Muslim community and former adversaries. Juwayriya's marriage exemplifies how strategic alliances, guided by compassion, can lead to unity and lasting peace. Zainab bint Jahsh, the devout and charitable Zainab bint Jahsh, R.A., a woman of exceptional piety and generosity, was first married to Zayd ibn Haritha, R.A., the Prophet's freed slave and adopted son. Their marriage, encouraged by the Prophet, peace be upon him, aimed to dismantle long-standing pre-Islamic class divisions. However, the marriage ended in divorce, after which a significant divine command was revealed. Allah ordained the marriage of Zainab to the Prophet, clarifying that adopted sons are not considered biological sons under Islamic law, establishing a foundational legal and social precedent. Zainab devoted her life to worship, frequently fasting and praying, and gave generously to those in need. Her steadfast devotion and charitable spirit earned her a place of deep respect among the mothers of the believers. Habiba, the faithful in exile. Habiba, R.A., daughter of Abu Sufyan, came from one of the most prominent Meccan families that vehemently opposed Islam. Despite this, she accepted the message of Islam in its early days and migrated to Abyssinia with her husband to escape persecution. Following his death, she found herself alone in a foreign land, raising her young daughter. When the Prophet Muhammad learned of her circumstances, he sent a marriage proposal through the king of Abyssinia, who personally facilitated the union. This marriage offered Habiba both dignity and protection, while also symbolically easing tensions between the Prophet and her powerful Qurayshi family. Her life reflects the Prophet's commitment to supporting and uplifting those who remain steadfast in their faith amidst adversity. Safiya bint Huyai, the noble woman of Khaybar Safiya, A.R.A., the daughter of Huyai ibn Akhtab, hailed from Banu Nadir, a Jewish tribe that had opposed Islam. After the Muslim victory at the Battle of Khaybar, she was among the captives. The Prophet invited her to embrace Islam, and upon her acceptance, he freed and married her, granting her honor and protection. Despite facing occasional prejudice due to her Jewish heritage, the Prophet defended her dignity, affirming her noble lineage and reminding others that she descended from prophets such as Moses and Aaron. Safiya was known for her grace, patience, and wisdom, and she remained a devout Muslim until her passing, exemplifying the Prophet's ethos of unity and respect across communities. Maymuna bint al-Harith, the final bride Maymuna, R.A., was the last woman to marry the Prophet Muhammad. She offered herself in marriage as an act of sincere devotion and piety, which the Prophet accepted, recognizing her noble intentions. Her union with the Prophet took place during a period of reconciliation with Mecca, adding symbolic weight to their marriage. Maymuna was revered for her kindness, religious commitment, and deep understanding of Islamic teachings. Her home became a center of knowledge, and her nephew, Abdullah ibn Abbas, one of the most eminent scholars of the Quran, greatly benefited from her wisdom. Her legacy is marked by her contribution to Islamic scholarship and her respected status among the mothers of the believers. Conclusion: the legacy of the mothers of the believers. These 11 remarkable women were far more than historical figures. They were pillars of strength, wisdom, and resilience, each leaving an indelible mark on the early Muslim Ummah. As wives, scholars, counselors, and leaders, they exemplified the highest virtues of faith, sacrifice, and dignity. Their lives continue to inspire and educate, reminding us that the foundation of Islam was not only built by warriors and rulers, but also by women of vision, intellect, and unwavering belief. If you wish to explore more untold stories that shape the course of Islamic history, stay with us, because history holds lessons still waiting to be uncovered.